Hello, my name is Patricia. I'm a first-generation Beatles fan. I'm here today to participate in Beatly Tone at Beatly Tone's Beatles channel, Beatles Solo Tag 2024. That's kind of a mouthful. So he asked us to answer some questions, so here we go. So the first question that Tone wants to know is, what's the first solo album that I owned? I'm pretty sure it's George Harrison's All Things Must Pass. I've had this copy forever, and the booklet's there. And to me, it's George at his finest, actually. So that is that. And then the latest solo album that I bought is the Band on the Run Half Speed Master, like everybody's been buying. And I got it from Amazon. They actually knocked down the price. I wound up paying like 26 bucks for it in United States currency, so that wasn't so bad. I actually ordered the double vinyl from the Paul McCartney website, and I don't know whatever takes them so long to get stuff out. It's really getting to be super annoying, so they need to do better at that. Let's see. So the next question is show a solo album that's your favorite from each Beatle. So I'm going to kill two birds with one stone with this one. So this is Plastic Ono Band. It's John's best album, I think. And it's also my favorite box set. As far as Ringo goes, it's actually Stop and Smell the Roses. And the reason I like this is because my mom liked the Beatles. Ringo was her favorite, and this was her favorite album. She loved the song Stop and Smell the Roses. So because this was her favorite, it's my favorite. And for Paul, it's Driving Rain. What I decided to do was I thought about it, and to me, in a way, after Linda died, I mean, Paul was truly a solo artist. One might argue that in the beginning, with Linda there, they were two peas in a pod, and he was a solo artist. In a way, he wasn't a solo artist, you know. So I decided that I would look at everything that he's done since Linda passed away and was truly a solo artist. So I listened to everything before this, actually. And I'm still with Driving Rain because of the emotional period of time he was going through with this. And it's angry, it's chaotic, it's kind of crazy. And you don't get that from Paul very often, you know, so that's kind of why I really do like it. However, I think that the last song, Freedom, should not be on the album. It totally doesn't fit. But that's my favorite Paul solo album, I'll say. And then as far as George goes, I'm going to say Brainwashed, which is his last album. For some of the same reasons. It's pretty emotional being his last album. And actually, if you listen to the last track with the Indian music, it really hits home, you know. Now, this little box set is a nice one to have if you don't have the album and you're looking to get it. It's got a sticker in it. It's got a booklet in it. It's got a DVD in it. And it's got a guitar pick in it, which is on the floor somewhere, I think. Okay, well, anyway, that's why I like this album, because it's pretty emotional. Show the least favorite solo album from each Beatle. All right, I'll start with Ringo and his Sentimental Journey. I don't like that kind of old-fashioned music, so that's something I'll never listen to. And we'll say the same thing for Paul with the Kisses on the Bottom. I didn't even open the CD. I've listened to it elsewhere and I didn't like it. So this CD is still sealed and I'll probably never listen to it. So. And for John, I picked Rock and Roll. in a way, it was a toss-up between this and Sometime in New York City, but I decided since Sometime in New York City was actually his own compositions, it was a step up from, even though, you know, they're not all that palatable, it still was a step up from the rock and roll album, so that's why I chose that. And for the least favorite of George, there's several actually that I don't listen to, but I'll go with Going Troppo. I don't listen to it at all. I think it's a terrible album. He has done a lot of good albums, but some of them are not good. So that's my least favorite George album. So I need to show a solo book or best book. That's kind of hard to do because there's so many great books out there, and everybody has something to offer as far as learning, you know. So I'm not going to talk about McCartney Legacy. I'm going to talk about this book. It's called The John Lennon Letters. It's a book of letters, postcards, notes, things he wrote, doodles throughout the years. I can't show you everything, but I'll just give you a couple of pages, like all through the years, and it goes by section on years and what, you know, and there's text to go along with it that gives you more of a context to what it's all about. So these were all compiled by Hunter Davies, excuse me, and put together in this book, and it's a great book. I love this book. There you go. I'll show you one more so I don't take up too much time here. I'm looking for postcards. Of course, you can't find them oh, here you go. When you want them, you can't find them. There's like postcards. And so I recommend this book for anybody who's a Lennon fan, for sure. And I'm lucky enough to have a book plate signed by this, so I'll just show that since I'm doing this book. That's the signature there and a book plate. So that's one of my favorite solo books. Okay, and now Tone wants us to show a solo item that's not a book. So today I'm going to show you a photograph. I did not take the photograph, but, you know, I did purchase it. I love this photograph. It's from one of his more, you know, earlier tours. And he's just coming out of the dark with his Hofner up in the air. I think it's a great photo. Don't ask me why. I haven't framed it yet, but I think I need to now. And on the back it says it's Jory Grayson. Jory Grayson, I don't know if she's still doing it or not, but for many, many years she followed Paul McCartney around everywhere. You know, was always photographing him. She did sell some of those photos at the Fest for Beatles fans way, 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 way back. And she put out a book of the photos that she took, which I don't have. And one of her photos is actually on as the cover of one of Paul's albums. So that's pretty good. So that's my solo kind of memorabilia. I do have other stuff, like I pulled out like a Paul McCartney, you know, tour hat. And I pulled out a John Lennon rock and roll comb. So, but I like the photos the best. Favorite box set I showed you, which was Plastic Ono Band, and show the live album I like the best. And I listened to a couple of them before this, and I guess I'll still stick with Wings Over America. That's a great album. They were at their height of rocking and rolling there. The last question he wants to know is 3 non-albums, 7-inch or 12-inch, that were songs that were not on albums. And actually the only thing I have, which I didn't even pull out, was Ebony and Ivory. It's got Rain Clouds on the back. I don't think Rain Clouds was ever put on an album. But other than that, I can't do the other Beatles. Sorry, I don't have those records. So I'm sorry, I can't answer that question, Tone. Okay, well, I hope I passed the audition. And thank you very much for letting me participate. And everybody have a great day. Long live the Beatles.